Hi and welcome to another episode of TRX Bench. Well, as you already can see, today on the bench we have again a Kenwood TM-741E. Yeah, and as I said, again. So that is not the first time I have this model on the bench. So we all know that is still a very nice radio. Also, it is a couple of years old. But finally, due to the fact that it is not the newest model, this model really has to fight against some trouble coming up with the age of the radio. And this radio came in with, partially not firing up. And again, we already had a couple of 741 which have or had problems with firing up, so that is not totally new. So if you look my older videos, you see there are various reasons of why not firing up. But anyways, let's see when we try to fire this radio up what will happen. So yeah, let's right go into the video. Okay, so radio is connected to our power supply. So let me switch on here our power supply, and you see the radio is already consuming 27 milliamps. I believe there is a little amount of standby power. Now it dropped down to 18, which looks already very funny. Well, let's try to start it. So, okay, power. Let's see what happens. Okay, 109 milliamps. Oh, that is already taking too long and off. Okay. So, okay, once again. 109. Well, I mean that the radio is pulling 109 milliamps, and of course you see the display is coming up. So that tells that something is going on. I mean, all right, all the bulbs here in our front panel are already consuming power, so that is what we see. And well, it might be that there is, as we know it from older repairs, that there is a kind of communication issue between here our front panel processor and the main processor. So therefore, yeah, next step, let me simply release here our front panel, and you already see here this connection, which is known for making trouble sometimes. So let me wiggle a little bit here and there, whatever. And let's try again. Oh! Oh wow! All right. So I really didn't expect that we really touch directly the right part. So okay, I do not know. And yeah, again, so, and okay. So it looks like that it was taking too long. So let me here simply push here a little bit. Let's see. No. And okay. So the power consumption is wrong, 110. Now it comes up again. Okay, so it looks like that something is wrong here. As we already had a problem with this wiring here, so that is what we found in an earlier repair. Let me use here another connection wire, and let's see how that works out. And of course I have here a test wire, here it is, and let's see how that will work out. Okay, so therefore let me pull here this wire and let me pull it here on this side, and let us simply see. Okay, so that is always a pain to get it here back in. Okay, and let's do it here that way. So come on. Okay, go back that we can see our power supply, and let's again switch on our power supply. Okay. Wow. It seems that this wire here is doing some issues, and really that would no wonder, that would be really no wonder, as we as I told you, we know that. Yeah, okay, so should not move it too much, but yeah, it really looks like that we have a problem with the wire. I mean, let me reinstall the old one and let's try it again, just to be sure. I mean, you can distinguish this both cables simply by the diameter. So that here was the original one, so that is bigger in diameter. So that is a way we can distinguish them. Okay, let me switch off here our power supply, and yeah, let me pull it here once again. Okay, and the original one is back in. So you see here is the center one, and yeah, let's switch it on. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it is firing up. And now I do not see the problem anymore, which is don't like it, because we do not really know now, is there maybe an issue with our wiring, or is it maybe here a cold joint, solder joint? No, I can't see any reaction here. I mean, that may mean that simply because we, you know, was wiggling here a lot, that if that is a cold or dry solder joint, that well, it has improved. I mean, To be sure, I have to take off here the housing, and we need to look underneath to see if, yeah, maybe we can see here problems with the solder joints. So let me open the radio simply to be sure what's really going on here. Well, even under the microscope I have no 100% evidence that it is a cracked solder joint, but yeah, you know, if we look here at the edge of this side here, there we may see down there, not sure if we can see it, but it looks like that we have here a crack, and when I wiggle it here a little bit, you can see that this joint may be cracked around a little bit. So anyways, in this case it is always a good idea to reflow it, to put some fresh solder on it, to be 100% sure that we do not have a problem here on the board. So that will definitely now our next step, to clean it here a little bit, to remove the old solder, and to put some fresh on to, yeah, to hopefully fix it. Okay, so I have fresh solder on it, and as you can see, I put a little bit more solder to these contacts to make sure that we really have a good contact. And yeah, now I will clean it a little bit here from the flux, and of course our next step will be to check it out to see if it was a success or not. But in worst case we do not even see if that was a success. Then we need to give the radio back to the owner and see if the fault will come back, or if it is solved by what we have done by now. And that is, on the other hand, you know, the proof or an example for the fact that you not always can be 100% sure that you really hit the problem. So that is a little issue in or with problems like this, and I think it is really important to talk about it, because then you get a feeling on what can happen, or where we have issues. Simply that is the fact why I show you this problem here. Okay, so I'm very curious if it is working or not. Yeah, that looks pretty promising. Let me have the noise on and wiggling here. Does not make any issue. Let me do the same here. No, simply fine. So, you know, let me guess. Let me guess, that was the issue. Quite sure that that is the problem. So, I mean, we've seen it under the microscope. There really might have been a little crack, so we reflowed it, and I mean, we can do what we want. We know that this connection is a kind of critical, and as I said before, you do not 100% guarantee. But anyways, I mean, that is not a big fix. It is a hint for similar problems you may have out in the field. So the only thing what we really can do here is to give it back into the field, to give it back into normal daily operation, and see if the problem is coming back or if it is simply gone. It looks like that it is fine, but if it comes back, I will definitely follow this video up, and we go ahead. But for the moment in time, I leave it as it is because really it looks pretty nice. So I'm watching the amp meter always when I'm wiggling here to see if I see a current drop, which we had before when we tested it, and we cannot see it right now. So yeah, leave it as it is, and that was not a super complicated video. It was not a complicated fix, but I just wanted to load it up to show you what kind of issues you are sometimes facing, and therefore I hope it helps a little bit on your bench. So that's it for today. Last time, try, but it is working. So therefore, thanks for watching, and catch you next time. Bye guys.